I'll get a gate rolling. Oh, dear, one more time. Save the title. Western Electric Motor Mouth Mall right here, 1 fat watt at a time. I got down break.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, boy. I was pretty much doing the same thing you were describing. As you were describing it, I started my stream, had to change the title and all that good stuff. So, all right, I am live on the YouTubes at Western Electric Radio on the tube. So, yeah, I don't got you in there 100% as usual. You're not 20 pounds over 9 like sometimes, but it's coming up. Good to hear you out there. Motormouth Mall, Western Electric, Seattle.
10-4. Well, I'm only running light artillery right now. I don't have any heavy artillery. 3.0 in here, break.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're on the short-range artillery missiles at the moment. Yeah, I only have one brand, and it's pretty much all I got. Taking out all the stops up here in the forest. No, I always could use a few more bushels. I'm always on the prowl. But you're still coming in good. Somebody came in over you. I think Mother Nature's coming our way. So Western Electric up here in Seattle. Good to hear you out there, Motormouth Mall. My fan's going crazy. It's hot in here.
Western Electric, you be 88, Mojave Desert, California. Just trying to get your radio. Mobile back out. Hey, Dirty Sanchez, that Mobile smoking, man. It's making me trip. Over the top. 88, Mojave Desert, waving right back. The 221 outside of San Francisco. We trying, baby.
Hey, 221, I hear you out there. You're a little weak, but I hear you down there. 221 in San Francisco. Western Electric up here in Seattle saying hello from up here in the Puget Sound. Breaker, breaker, breaker.
And a big hello up there around the Puget Sound. I ain't in Kansas anymore, Toto.
We did hear you. 88, Mojave Desert, California.
No, you're not in Kansas anymore. You got the long-range artillery out on that one. You took my radio out there. Motormouth Mall sounding good now. Western Electric, Seattle.
410 there, Western Electric. Yeah, I just thought I'd pump it up a little bit there and see if I can't roll up in there from time to time, make a little bit of noise every now and again, somewhere around your place. Hey, Western Electric, roll this thing up in there. I'm still in low mode. I'm on the low side of the high side. Hey, it's just the low side of the high side right about now. Western Electric, Motormouth Mall stepping. I got down. Breaker, breaker.
Right about now. A funk soul brother. No, man, that sounds good. I can't wait to hear what Mother Nature brings our way. When you get on the high side of the low side, that might be interesting too. Whatever you did, it's working. You're 15 over 9 now. You got my radio. It's the Motormouth Mall radio show. Not to be confused with the Western Electric radio show up here in Seattle. Back to you, my friend. Breaker, breaker.
410. Well, I think it might be the Western Electric radio show. I'm not sure whose show is it. I think we're both all up in there. You're sounding real good over here, by the way, and I could roll up a little bit more carrier here. I will roll up a little bit more carrier. And that right there is the medium side. Let me put some more audio up in there for you. There's the medium side of the high side. Hey, Western Electric, that right there is the medium side of the high side. What do you think about that, Debris?
Oh man, it sounded good. I made a mistake on my gate and I was at 6K wide on receive. I took it up to 16K and you sound marvelous. Marvelous. Wait till you hear it on the gate. Your full body audio. You sound like a broadcast AM radio station right here in my shack. I love it.
Roger. Well, that's what the goal is. That is the goal, to try to sound like a broadcast station up in your radio, all the way up around your shack. Ain't no doubt about that. Hey, Western Electric, while we're cruising out here, we got a lot of headroom. When I say I'm at medium scale or high scale, I'm never, ever more than 25% capacity. And more often than not, I'm usually down around 15 to 20. Western Electric, Motor Mouth Mall, loafing. I got the sound.
Loafing, you're walking the dog. And you're walking that dog in a proud, proud style. No, you sound fantastic. You guys and your amps and your big-ass water-cooled amps, one of these days, I'm going to have one too. I don't even own a house yet, though. I rent down here. It's kind of hard to conceive putting in the apparatus to support that setup. But one of these days, my friend, it's going to happen. Motormouth Mall, the absolute beast of the West Coast, Western Electric up here in Seattle, trying to be a beast one day. Breaker.
Well, your audio is beast status. You may not have a big box, so you may not own a home yet. But if you didn't say that, hey, Western Electric, if you did not say that, I would not have guessed that. I would have guessed that you had a big old monstrous hammer and a big old tower and a big old beam. Because after all, you got big old audio, so I like what I hear out there, Western Electric, while you got it going on. Let me see what happens now if I drop the carrier down here a little bit. I drop it down to about 15%, 10%, 9, 8. Yeah, there you go. That's loafing things right now. Hey, Western Electric, I got to turn the audio down, too. Hey, Western Electric, now we're really loafing. Motormouth Mall cruising.
Oh, boy, you're loafing all right. Yeah, you went from 20 over 9 to 15. Loaf. Yeah, I got a great big audio into my beautiful, one-of-a-kind, one-off Skullcrack amp. That's my driver for some glass that I'm running. So I got a little. I just don't have enough. There's never enough like you guys. So, I think I can swing. I can do dead carrier about 1 kilowatt and maybe swing to 25 on a good day. But we're trying, and a little bitty beam too. Western Electric up here in the forest.
Having enough. So you'll never really reach enough status. You always need another pea in the pot. Doggone it. It ain't never such thing as too much. It's kind of like being too good looking, or too fast, or too quick, or too smart, or too rich. Ain't no such thing there, Break.
Exactly. It's like spare change, There isn't. Change comes from within, is what I always say when people ask me for spare change. Jokingly, I usually give them some though. Yeah, there's never enough, I have a good friend up here, Yellow Jacket, that says he'll put a third tube in this Heath kit. I think I'll take him up on it.
Oh, that'll be cool. I gotta say hello to 709. He come rolling up in there, big old hammer, out of Spokane, Washington. How do the Washingtonians say that? Is it Washington or Washington? I'm not sure. And you see your friend Yellow Jacket offered to put another 500Z in that box. And holy smokes, you're going to take all that. You know what? That would be cool. You know why? You know why that would be cool there? Because Yellow Jacket is a living legend. He absolutely is a legend. And if I had a box that I knew the Yellow Jacket put together and made, I would keep that and treasure that. I wouldn't let it go anywhere. So if you got the opportunity to have Yellow Jacket upgrade that to a 3-500Z times 3 box, I would do it. And have it signed, Break.
Oh boy, you bet I'm going to do it. He offered to do it. I'm taking him up on it. I've got 2 boxes sitting right here that he's had his hands in, and he did sign one of them, and I'm proud to be. It's my prized possession. The one that he and Prime both worked on, that's my prized possession. I would, if there was a fire, I'd run in and get it. I'd burn myself to get that box. I'm telling you, I would never let that thing burn up.
10-4 on that. I hear you. Yeah, I would do the same thing, you know. Yeah, very cool. Well, I tell you, it's good to have some stuff done by him. And it's great to have him up there in your corner. No pun intended. And, yeah, he does beautiful work, and he knows what he's doing. That's for doggone sure. Man, oh, man. Well, I'll hope that you get that expedited and working real good, and can't wait to hear it. And what you got, and I also know what else you got up over there, you know. You got nothing but the best over there. You get that skull cracker technology, and you got that SDR technology, and you got yellow jacket technology, and oh my gosh, you got all the right people in your corner. They're great.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I try not to brag or anything, but I'm just proud of it, and you're one of the few people who truly understand the significance of a piece of equipment like that. I don't talk about it that much, but yeah, my prized possessions, my pride and joy. I'd run into a burning building for that, as I say. So, all right, my friend, my fan, he's gonna put in a high-end fan in this thing that doesn't rattle when it gets hot too. So I could key down a little longer. It's getting a little noisy right now. You might even hear that. So, Motor Mouth Mall, the West Coast piece. I like your new graphic on your gate, by the way, too. That looks cool. Western Electric, up here in the forest, enjoying the cool weather up here. Sorry to brag about that, too.
Oh, man. It's been kind of toasty down here. It's cooler today than it was a couple days ago, but it was warm. Ridiculously warm. And of course, now is the time that I start digging a hole and putting in the doggone koi pond. I couldn't do it when it was cool out. I had to wait till now. But, well, enjoy the cool weather. It ain't going to be cool for long. It's going to warm up for you guys. So enjoy it. And feel free to send any rain you get our way, because I tell you, we haven't had any rain over here. It's drier than a bone out here. Kind of crazy. But, hi. Well, Western Electric, you sound 10-8 straight down here. I've been enjoying your audio, and got the headphones cranked up, got the speaker cranked up. I got bone conductivity going. I got my ears rattling, doggone it. You got that audio working. Western Electric, Motor Mouth Mall, while I cruise this thing, one fat watt. And by the way, that the video gates now seem to be doing better. I got that little hardware streamer from Wish.com for $150. And it came without a manual. But, and so I emailed them, and I had discussions back and forth with their tech support, term used loosely, by the way. And finally got, you know, after I told them, you know, the product sucks. If I don't have a manual, it's not usable. You can feel free to take it back and give me a refund. And the next day, they emailed me the damn manual. So anyway, I got it working, got it linked up to YouTube, and I've been happy with it. I just wasn't happy with how long it took to get to use it.
Yeah, I hear that. Nothing more frustrating than having a piece of technology with no documentation. You're kind of describing the Apache radios, ha ha ha. Even though they're well documented, there's, man, oh man, the forums on that thing. Talk about the grumpy old man club up there. You ask a simple question, they'll hand your ass on a platter. So yeah, technology without manuals, no fun. And you're absolutely right. It's going to get hotter than Hades up here too. 100 degrees in Seattle on Sunday and Monday, they say. But I'm heading out to our little camping property, and there's a swimming pool out there, and I intend to be in the swimming pool all day when it's 100 degrees. That's my goal. Western Electric up here in Seattle.
Well, that's the right place to be. That is definitely the right place to be. All right, good deal. Well, enjoy it. And, yeah, I'm happy with the product, but I didn't realize that the slow boat from China also affected email, so I had to wait. I was losing patience, but finally it's all working and everything's all good. So anyway, I'll go with it for a bit. At least it takes the brunt of the load off of the computer. You know, it's a little hardware streamer, and it streams the stream directly up to YouTube, and relinquishes my SDR computer to do nothing but the SDR. So much of a relief, that's for darn sure. All right, I'm going to get on the side, read the mail for a little bit. We got a little bit of a pipeline, I think. And I don't want to tie it up too doggone bad. So Western Electric, take care, 7-3s. Have a great day. Appreciate you starting the video gate. And this audio I've been running on this one here, the session file is one I call HF Voice 10, by the way, just for my own notes. And we'll see how it sounds and what I like about it or what I don't like about it when I hear it. I've toned down some of the bottom end and got it more in the wheelhouse of most communication receivers, while at the same time on the SDR I still hear a good amount of bottom end in there, so I think it should be okay. Western Electric, Motor Mouth Mall, cruising this thing, got down right here, breaker break.
Well, I'll tell you, Motormouth Mall, I have absolutely zero processing on what you'll hear on the gate. Zero processing. What you hear is what I'm hearing. It's direct line out from the speaker. So no EQ, no effects, no nothing. That's as you sound. So if you listen to the gate later, you'll be able to do that stamp on your profile and you'll be set. So enjoy the gate. And you sound fantastic too, as always. Because you are the West Coast beast. Man, oh man, I hear you talking to Georgia and Tennessee. I can barely hear them, but man, oh man, you got a hell of a station. Motormouth Mole, the West Coast beast, Western Electric, Seattle. Talk to you later, 7-3, breaker.
410, by the way, your audio's not too hot on the gate, is it? You don't have it turned up too hot or too, because, most people come rolling up in there with smaller audio, and no offense to anybody, but you get your references and your balances and your audio balances set for a particular level of audio, and then something maybe a little bit louder rolls in there, and you're not overdriving the input of your PC or your recorder, are you?
Well, you hit that's a sore spot. I have struggled with regulating my input from the mic on the monitor. I'm actually taking the monitor out from the radio as my input source on the recording suite. So I have been relatively unsuccessful in clamping me down a little bit. I'm almost a little hot. I'm not overdriving it, but I'm usually louder, so that's one of the problems I've been having.
10-4, okay, well, maybe just temporarily turn your audio down on your receiver just a little bit to make sure, because I can always turn the audio on my end, but I can't turn it down once it's been turned up. So keep your receiver volume down low enough to where this ridiculous signal like mine doesn't wipe out the front end of the recorder, the breaker.
No, you'll see what I'm talking about when you hear this gate. It's just that my audio's just popping. I'm like a 10 and you're, and other people's audio, even the carrier is like a 9. I'm almost a little bit louder than the receive audio, even if the receive audio is crisp and hard. So I don't know, man. I'm still struggling. I'm going to get a mixing board in here. I'm going to be reconfiguring the shack here shortly once I hand off the amp to Yellow Jacket when I do some reconfigurations. So I think I'm going to get a little mixing board, and I'm going to try to take a fresh signal out and then do a fresh line into the OBC or whatever the hell that's called, OBD suite, and then I'll have a line in that I can clamp down a little bit when I need to.
By the way, 10-4, okay, sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I did resort on my end here. I used to run receiver audio from my monitor radio into my audio for the gate for my audio, but I wasn't always happy with the RF interference that particular feed had. So I made the feed to my YouTube actually come off my audio processing chain prior to the final processor. And so it's not exactly what you hear on YouTube on my audio on my own gate. Isn't really audio coming off of a receiver. It's audio coming off the audio chain and not intended to be a facsimile of what I sound like over the air. But I wanted the audio on YouTube to be clean and clear and consistent from day to day, and that was the way I did it there, Break. So, yeah, I think the people who get the audio on the recording, obviously know what's going on, but on one's own gate, I don't think, I used to strive to try to make it all RF all the way through and receiver audio and everything, and I gave up on doing that, only because I had grief with it,
2020, standing by. 2020, standing by.
Holy cow, I hear 2020 breaking through. Yeah, I hear you, man. A lot of folks do that. I know, you do. I don't understand how you do a separate receiver. You have an RF cutoff switch. So in other words, are you hitting a button with your amp pedal so it disengages the receive on that receive audio? How do you keep from frying that damn thing?
So I have a relay on the input to the computer.
2020, waving.
And the relay actually switches which feeds the recording computer. So the recording computer normally in receive mode records off of my console audition bus. And when I go into transmit mode, the relay flips over to my other audio source, which used to be a receiver, my Drake R8B, but I've since moved it over to the audio chain, my Live Professor audio chain. So that's how I do that. They're back and forth. And my headphones also switch back and forth between the SDR receiver and receive and the Drake receiver for monitor. So I still monitor my audio in my headphones off the Drake. I just don't put it on the YouTube video. And then, so I use a series of relays all tied into the foot pedal, the transmit switch. The foot pedal, I've got to rewire my Sharky box. I got a Sharky box that I've got that's all really cool, but I long ago rewired some stuff, and I left the foot pedal in here, and I'm still using a stupid foot pedal. I got to put the Sharky box back in line, but all that operates off of one button on the console, and the on-air light, headphone switching, record computer switching, and all that. And then the RF from the radio triggers the MFJ box, which then has a port on it that triggers the relay down on the SDR receiver to disconnect the coax, both the shield and the center of the coax. So that's how I do that. And then that way, everything all switches with relays.
2020 waving.
Is that an MFJ 1840 something or 1947 SDR relay switch? And if so, and I suspect it's something similar, you clearly took it apart and built it correctly, because that thing can't even handle 100 watts of single sideband, let alone AM.
Yeah.
17.
Hey, Bird Dog, I heard you out there, man. Hey, Bird Dog, good evening.
SDR 1708B SDR switch box. And it's stock.
Bird Dog, 2020, stand up.
But it sits right after the Cobra 29LX radio and then feeds the SDR. And then the common of it goes out to all the other amplifiers. So it's way on the input side.
Time T 173, 188 Snoopy's got here in Fresno waiting. Jabbing, but I heard you out there. I was going to say hello to Bird Dog, man. 2020, down south, California. We're off the key.
Zowza, hey, Motormouth Mall. I heard, yeah, that's the SDR switch I'm talking about. I can't believe that you didn't fry that thing on your first key down. But maybe you got a good one. I know a couple people who had problems with that thing. We seem to have lost our pipeline of total broadcast takeover. So I'm going to bid you adieu. Motormouth Mall, the West Coast Beast, Western Electric up here in Seattle. I hear 2020 rolling up in there. I hear a couple other stations from California that, believe it or not, got on top of you. So I'm going to talk to you later. Have a good night. Western Electric, Seatown, breaker.
Western. All right, the Western Electric. Sounds good. It is a 1708B, by the way. And I for the Cobra 29, so it doesn't have to handle any power. Stock, I never took it apart. All right, take care. I know people out there in California all jumping on top of me, so I'm going to get back and let them have at it. Take care, 7-3s, tell 2020 and all the rest that I did say hello, Mellow Jello. Hello to you. One more time, Western Electric, Seattle, Washington, Motormouth Mall, stepping right there. Right now I got down.
Boy, you got some... Hello. Why is this thing squealing? You got some damn good ears to hear my little station with all that mess, Bird Dog. Take care, Lady Bird Dog. Bye.
You didn't like all the bassy? You didn't like all the bassy? Nah, I know. I thought it was a little bit over the top, too, so I figured I'd mellow it out a little bit there, Big.
At 12K, it sounds pretty damn good to me.
Hey, Buzzard, I hear you out there, man. Hey, Buzzard, I hear you, but that's rough and tough. Hey, Buzzard, I hear you out there, but it's rough and tough. 2020, standing back.
Bird Dog, bye.
Portender cat box. Well, we can use some rain, but I tell you what, man, it's dry down here. And as far as the bass goes, I still got the bass. Check this out. Not on my audio, but on a playback. I got 2020, California, stand back, read the mail. Still enough bass to get the job done. Hey, Catbox, there's still enough bass to get the job done. I got down.
I like big bass.
I heard you that time. You're going to bank. It's like you're in the mobile. Got a little bit of echo going on. Hey, Buzzard, 2020 waving, standing back.
Yep, it's hump day. All right there, Catbox. We'll catch you later on. Have a good one. Enjoy your hump day to the fullest. And by the way, Western Electric, I am going to play this for you. I'm going to do this real fast. Motormouth Mall got down. Breaker, you did get down, and I got that on my SDR and on the gate. You'll like that. Some bright red skulls from the super station of the West Coast. The Superman himself, Motormouth Mall. Western Electric up here in the forest. 410. And by the way, I got a regular gate rolling here, too, that I can play back momentarily here. Check this out. Watch this. Here. Breaker, you did get down, and I got that on my SCR and on the gate. You'll like that. Some bright red skulls from the super station of the West Coast. The Superman himself, Motormouth Mall. Western Electric up here in the forest. 410, but there you go, right there, right now. All right. Well, I'm working a mic, RE20 mic, and I think I'm working the proximity effect a little hot there. Sometimes I get my lip right up on the wire, so I'm going to back off a squidge.
No, thanks for the playback. That sounds good. And wait till you hear that or see those skulls on the gate that I put up there. Those were some good ones. Those were some real good ones. I love AM. I love AM radio. Isn't it cool? Western Electric radio up here in the forest.
That's why they call it angel music. Hey, Western Electric, that's why they call it angel music. Ain't no doubt about that. Check this out. You did get away from the mic there, but it wasn't bad the way it was. Check it out.
Well, I'm working a mic, RE20 mic, and I think I'm working the proximity effect a little hot there. Sometimes I get my lip right up on the wire, so I'm going to back off the switch. No, thanks for the playback. That sounds good. And wait till you hear that. You'll see my numbers on the gate that I put up there. Those were some good ones. Those were some real good ones. I love AM. I love AM radio. Isn't it cool? Western Electric.
Oops, and keep prematurely. I love AM too. What was that song? I love AM. Oh, no, it wasn't I love AM.
Now here's the good stuff. I just got off the salt. The man walked in the door, turned the radio on, and heard you up in there loud and proud.
10-4 and stop with the singing. What's going on? Nobody's business. Oh, man, do I ever feel silly. Hey, Big Shot, I'm sorry about that. Hey, Big Shot, you said yes? No, I heard you. I said, Big Shot. And I heard you, I did. I'm sorry about that. You sound a lot like nobody's business. You got that big wide band.
2020 stand back.
The audio and all that, you sound like you're just bodacious. And, so that's a good thing. That's a good mistake to make there, break.
2020 waving. I can't do that, Buzzard. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't key in on the motor mouth mall, the modulator.
10-4-1. You sounded good. You sounded real good, too. You say nobody's business is going to be visiting the islands for the next couple weeks. All right, good deal. Well, probably good to see him and catch up with him, I'm sure. And, well, he's out that direction. I hope he's on the same island, around the same town, somewhere around your neck of the woods. And by the way, I got a playback.
He actually is here visiting the island, man. He'll be here for the next 2 weeks. Hey, Motormouth Mall, you sounding real good, Mr. Big Shot in Hawaii. Come on down.
There you are, Mr. Big Shot in Hawaii. Motormouth Mall, your West Coast beast. Right there.
2020 waving. Look out where you're banking. We're off the key. Shame on you. Don't be saying that. You're going to get me wrapped up and get a bullseye on my back. My station too low will be messed.
Let me see if I can get into 2020's radio. Hey, 2020, I keep hearing you out there between key downs. 2020, do you copy Western Electric up here in Seattle? Breaker, breaker, breaker.
Brother, we'll catch you later, man. Have a good time at the baseball game.
Can he get back in?
Because you are the big shot, big shot. You gotta be the big shot on the radio. Hey, I think that was like Billy Joel or something. Anyway, all right. Well, hey, when you have your break this weekend, definitely shake his hand, tell him I said hello, and a happy belated Father's Day. And, yeah, eat some of that pork, some of that pig, man. Eat some of that for me. I love that stuff. All right, have a good one. Definitely, I almost said, well, you know what I almost said. Hey, Big Shot, Motormouth Mall waving right there, right now. I got down.
Hello, Bird Dog. Hello, Motormouth Mall. Hello, Western Electric. We hear you down there, man. Oh, Big Red said, I hear you. I got some damn good ears.
Hey, Bird Dog, what are you talking about snipping? Hey, Bird Dog, what are you talking about snipping?
410. I can't believe how well this little bitty 1 dB gain does for me every now and again. You know, 1 dB gain, omnidirectional, and just kind of set it up and forget it, you know, and just talk all over the place on it. But before long, I got an email this morning. They said that the ring rotor was going to be on its way at the end of the week. That's what they said. They said the ring rotor will be on its way to me at the end of the week. The 13.48 dB gain behind this cat bigger. LT a big shot. Motor Mouth Mall right here, right now, cruising.
Well, it look like conditions
Hey, Class Act, Big Red, Big Red. You're all over the world. You're up in Seattle, too. I hear you up here, my friend, between Keydowns, Motormouth Malls, wiping out the northwest corner. But I hear you in there, my friend. Big Red, Western Electric, C-Town, breaker, breaker, breaker.
Karen, 73s, blessings and good graces around your place. Big shot around the islands, Motormouth Mall, stepping. I'll see you. Bye, 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 bye.
18 being machine mobile, 918.
Go break.
Western Electric 54 double.
Hey, Bird Dog, tell 2020 I said hello and good evening. Time to break.
Run, boy, run. Hey, Western Electric, can you say 1-800 Wrecking Ball? Hey, Western Electric, can you say 1-800 Wrecking Ball? Western Electric, Wrecking Ball Radio, I'm standing by.
Oh, yeah, 1-800, what was that number? Rock and Roll, Wrecking Ball, Radio, breaker, breaker. I hear you out there, my friend, Western Electric, C-Town.
Thank you, man.
Hello, Western Electric. Hey, Western Electric, you sounded really good over here. I'm glad you were able to make contact and dial the 1-800 Wrecking Ball number. Mr. Western Electric, 340 Wrecking Ball Radio, right back. All over the world is rocking on.
I hear Big Red out there, too. I keep hearing Class Act and his big, beautiful red Suburban down there as well. And Wrecking Ball, you're always coming through wall to wall. You're 20 pounds over 9 at times, my friend. You're sounding good tonight. Hope you're having a good week. Hope you're staying cool. We're going to get hot up here, too, and I don't like it. Wrecking Ball Radio, Western Electric, Seattle. Breaker, breaker, breaker.
The trees, one more time. Bird Dog up on the border. Take care. Western Electric. Tell Class Act I did say hello. I'll call he's cruising around in a big red Suburban.
Put on that old tank top.
All stepping.
Hey, Western Electric, I bet you probably got some tank tops hidden away. Hey, Bird Dog, I had to get up in your receiver real quick. Bobby Dave is about ready to go out in the front room there, kick back with the little lady. She got home from work, and you're just making so much racket in my radio. I figure I got to be doing the same. Hey, Bird Dog, Bobby Dave, your friend, this NorCal Mud Duck just waving an evening wave. Leprechaun, good to hear you. You're sounding good over here. Mr. Leprechaun, Wrecking Ball Radio. 1-800 Wrecking Ball, got down. You're on that Wrecking Ball. I'll just see if I can hold that.
Well, this kind of antenna isn't those kind of antennas. This kind of antenna isn't those kind of antennas. I know what you're thinking about, the big
Silver Streak. Hey, Silver Streak, why you streaking on through? Hey, Silver Streak, as long as you got those sneakers and you're streaking. You're streaking, Mr. Silver Streak. Wrecking Ball, break, break, break.
I just want to sneak in there and streak on through with these good numbers your way. Mr. Wrecking Ball, you silver streak up here in this eagle's nest.
Right.
Man, you came in there wall to wall. Not a real choice, too, like you always do.
And it's not a first street.
Be safe and we can just rebound. Mr. Silver Streak, your friend right here. Sacramento.
And there are
Wrecking Ball Radio.
They're the very same antenna they use on a commercial broadcast FM tower. But I scaled them up. They're called the Jam Pro Penetrator. They're scaled up, so they're circular polarization, and it takes two of them to get a unity gain of 1. But you get that unity gain of 1 in both the horizontal and the vertical plane. So it's kind of cool. And because there's two of them stacked one wavelength apart, the pattern is kind of northeast, south, and west. But the in between each thing are pretty spread out or smoothed out.
Bouncing up and down.
So it's pretty much omnidirectional. It is circular polarized.
Mr. and Mrs. Bird Dog. The Bird Dog.
The biggest lobes and the two biggest lobes and the two smallest lobes. So it does have a degree of directionality, even though it's pretty much omnidirectional. If that makes any sense, Rick.
Bye. Right back at you, friend. Click. Hey, Buzzer, how you feel all in my dust like this? In my ears, and you still can't in my ears. Why you begging, look? Oh, shoot, up there, we get that thing elevated. Hey, Bird Dog, Mr. Silver Streak is waving a hand at your station, too, if you got a small copy. Mr. Dynamic Bird Dog, Wrecking Ball, bye.
Outdated, undermodulated Canadian border station, dropping a hammer all the way around the bottom side of this nation.
I might be on the job site. Just say the word. Mr. Leprechaun, I'll be there. You know what I'm saying? A wrecking ball, bye.
Or 10, see ya.
Yeah, not quite ready yet. We're getting close.
650 way down south. Goddamn gone.
We talk about pork rib bones, man. I finished the last of our ribs yesterday that we had when 300 was over. Man, they were good. Believe it or not, there were actually some left over, but I finished them. And then yesterday, I've got to feast on a bunch of homemade pork adobo. Oh my God, was that good? A Filipino friend of Jackie's from way back when she was a kid came by yesterday and brought a big old pot, and of course left us with the remainder. So we got a whole. I had it today, and I'll have it tomorrow, and probably the next day. Anyway, pork adobo. Oh my God, that stuff is good.
The Silver Streak was waving at you, Bird Dog. I want to pass that nickel.
I did say pork, not dog. It was not black lab adobo. It was pork adobo. The great.
Passing it. Bye.
Working my knife.
10-4 and checking out the ribs. Yeah, we did. We got the baby back pork spare ribs and rubbed them down with Susie Q's Santa Maria style seasoning, which is nothing more than garlic and salt and pepper. But anyway, rubbed them all down with that and did them up on the grill real good. Oh my God, they were good. Are you drooling yet? I know I am.
7354 double deuce waving one more time. I got down.
Good Lord, Nicole, why do you treat me like that?
You put some Kool-Aid and something in Kool-Aid. He put something in the Kool-Aid. It's Silver Streak. Watch out for that Bird Dog. He said he put something in the Kool-Aid, and we got it.
Pressman, you looking for 5-4 double deuce? Hey, Pressman, you said you're looking for 5-4 double deuce to break?
Now you got me drinking some bad Kool-Aid. You better tell Bird Dog to settle down with that bad Kool-Aid. I don't need any of that mess.
Man, I'll tell you what, I keep talking about this stuff.
You don't need no Kool-Aid. He's got to do the sobriety test. He don't need it. He said he wants to stay straight.
650 down south is getting around gone.
Bye.
The wall says 11 minutes after 6. I'm going to shut this thing down and go inside and see what's cooking. I already know what's cooking, but I'm going to go see what's going on in the house. Y'all take care of 7 3. Motor mouth ball waving. They got all the way to sound.
Stay straight.
650 down south waving, and I got down and gone.
Zero ranking.
Cat box. Parabolic dish, that's a good idea. I got a hillside here on my property, and I'm actually kind of sort of, it's 100-foot difference between the top of the property and the bottom of the property, and it slopes from the south to the north. So, I don't know what would happen.
Let you fill out a few minutes ago on the northwest corner, but you brought it right back to let me know I still got a hill dad. Mr. Joker with that beautiful sound station, beautiful sound station.
Maybe it's a little less than that. Maybe it's more like, might be shooting higher than that. Might shoot like about 25 degrees. I can get an excavator up in there, and I can dig the hillside out and make a parabola, and get that all excavated out. Then shot treat it. And then with a wire mesh, with a copper-bound wire mesh or a copper mesh into shot treat. And then put a tower with the big guy wires at an angle, right out there at the focal point. And maybe make that dish about
Coastal, man. Sides of Oregon. So put you down south, TJ.
7 wavelengths, maybe 8 wavelengths. And then put that big old Yagi pointed backward toward the dish and tune it all up. What do you think there, Brake?
That sounds like some serious math right there. But I'm going to slide to the side. I'm going to put these ribs on the cotton pick and Barbie, and I'm going to try to make you proud. I'm easing.
And I hope I didn't ask you thing. You keep cruising. You ain't got to do a whole lot, Kevin. You cruising just like I'm cruising. I'm doing about 10 and a half a bushel, but they buck like a swing.
Yeah, I take a takeoff of Arecibo. Arecibo.
And the week coming up.
Arecibo. Arecibo. Yeah. How about that? Just like I took 300 and I took his handle, and I thought, what if it was actually spelled out 3DABOWL-O, 300. Anyway, you take Arecibo. That's it.
Man, I ain't gonna stay out there long. Everybody can't sing together. But I've been listening to you.
And it's a bowl. It's like a parabolic, so it's kind of a bowl. So yeah, Arecibo.
Slide down your throat. I'll see you. All right, bird dog. Take care. I'm gonna pull this mobile out the middle of the road. I'm gonna go 10-7, and I'm gonna go back in the house and read the.
I'm not sure what I would do about the variable, or about the takeoff angle being. Oh, you know what you could do? If you make the parabola modified a little bit. Hey, wait a second now. If I modify the parabola and then make the tower movable to where I can focal point, or put the tower in a particular focal point that utilizes a different takeoff angle of the parabola, but then you don't get then the whole parabola doesn't do, it's kind of like a log periodic where you only use certain elements for part of it. Each time you change frequencies, sacrifices. I don't like sacrifices. I don't like anything that's performance oriented to have a sacrifice. I'm really bad about that kind of shit.
Because once that camera get you up, they'll go to the
No copy on Western Electric, 5-4 double deuce, reading the mail.
A little 5-4 double deuce while you're passing through. I just put these good numbers on you.
Well, I appreciate it, Chaos. I appreciate it, Western Electric. You sounding real good up here around Northern Cal. Top of the day, Motormouth Mall, Western Electric. We back out.
It's worth a try. I'll tell you what. I've done some crazy things, and I'm not so sure that I wouldn't put my mind to something like that. All right, take care. Have a great evening. We'll catch you a little bit later on. I'm going to get to moving, and depending on what happens was out here the next 45 minutes or so. I might come out for a little bit more. Motor mouth mall waving. I got down, breaker.
You and that napkin and that pork adobo.
Adobo is so good. Oh my God. Rice and pork adobo and some veggies and
Back out too.
Bye, Catbox. Take care. We'll catch you later too. Motor mouth mall waving and stepping. Bye.
Hey, don't forget about that sriracha sauce and those chili peppers.
Evergreen 5-4 double deuce Northern Cal wave. Goddamn.
It's starting to cool off there. There it is right there, Catbox. I just want to wave my hand before you get up out of here. I've been listening to you cat make us fat mouthing for about an hour or so, hour or two. Take care of Catbox, old class act, pretty red suburban, down and quiet. I'll see you.
Hey, class, that kind of big cat box keep dropping the hammer on me, but I'm going to slip in there and put you good numbers on your silver streak for this drive-by wave.
Roger on that, Joker. Roger.
Not in my Hey, Silver Streak, not in my receive. I don't even hear cat box. Silver Streak 5-4.
I'll get my ears plugged right now. Where we at, man? Your locals plug your ears. It is what it is. Take care, Catbox. Have a blessed day. Till we do it again. Your friend, Mr. Class Act, Big Red Suburban, with the wave, and I'm 10-7. Bye.
That kind of big hit me with that cat claw.
Don't like a lot of...
That's not healthy. That ain't healthy with the cat.
Hey, you know what I'm talking about, but I feel your kind of big pain.
My Catbox, you take care, my man. Put it on your native and put it on you when we can. But hey, Catbox, I heard you've been hitting people with a cat claw. Somebody with a cat claw.
He hit me with that kind of big cat claw. Now I got to put some band-aids and some ointment on that jack smacker. See how he treat a fella?
All right, 666, we just heard you in here, thought we...
About that,
Catch you later, Crass. Silver Streak with a campaign.
I stepped away for a minute, and all the big hammers finally let Class Act down there in Sacramento through. Class Act in the Big Red Suburban. Western Electric up here in Seattle saying hello. If you have a sloppy copy on me, I'm saying hello.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Western Electric, I got a 10-8 double deuce on you, man.
Hello, right back, Mr. Steve Austin. Say, come on down.
There you go with Steve Austin. Oh, Lord. Tell him he need to go get in that truck. Hey, Catbox, tell Steve Austin I'll give him $1,000.
You'll be barefooted right about now.
Suburban down and quiet.
Especially with humidity.
Hello, 709-340. I'm here in a hand. Hello, Mr. 709. Wrecking ball breaking on through real quick.
right back. Bird dog. Right back. 510-9 radio. He's coming up short. That sounds like a Range Rover. Hey, 709, that sounds more like a Range Rover, man. You're climbing up them hill country. Sounded real good right here around Sacramento. Mr. 709, your friend, Wrecking Ball Radio. I'm standing by. Looking at that $1,000
There you go. You got that right.
Have a good day, Mr. 709. I'm going to let the shuttle roll over here around Sacramento. Keep up the good work, and always good to hear you finest on the station coming in here around Sacramento. Mr. 709 with your BMW Wrecking Ball 340. I'm gone.
Hey, Wrecking Ball, I want to know who's down there drinking that champagne. Wrecking Ball, who's down there drinking that champagne? That's what I want to know.
Hey, somebody's doing some glass clinking. They're doing the glass clinking, but I'm going to be the designated driver. I make sure everybody gets home safe. Hey, Silver Streak, 340, right back.
Out there in Spokane, 0696 in the moment. He's trying to wave at this Spokane right back.
Wrecking Ball, Silver Streak with this champagne glass, and I just got on down.
Man, I'm even hearing stations from Spokane. It must be off the side of my beam. Western Electric Radio up here in Seattle. Reading the mail. Breaker, breaker, breaker.
Let's not forget about Western Electric. Hey, Silver Streak, I think we should let Western Electric join the party too, because he's coming in here wall-to-wall, treetop tall. Western Electric, Wrecking Ball, the designated driver. I'm standing by. I need one of you guys out here that can roll a 5 to speed.
And that's the way we're going to do it.
Bye, Western Electric, with you said you got Spokane coming on the side of your beam. Western Electric, Wrecking Ball, Radio, I see you, bye.
Yeah, roger that. I got Silver Streak coming off the backside of the beam too, I think. I hear him out there. Hello, Silver Streak, up there in the Eagle's Nest on your sweet potato technology, I believe is your moniker. I love that, man. Silver Streak, northwest corner up here in the Seattle area. Wrecking Ball, you're booming in here as usual, 20 pounds over 9. Western Electric out here in Seattle. I keep hearing Big Red out there. I just can't get to him. But if he can hear me. Class Act, hello, howdy. From up here, where it's cooler.
There's nothing wrong with your radio. It's just Steve Austin sitting on the dock of the bay. Tear. Mr. Austin got down.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Austin. I heard your station before. You got some mighty fine conditions up here to Seattle. Steve Austin, sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the ships go by. Western Electric up here in the forest, watching the snow up on the mountains. Breaker, breaker, breaker.
Sweet spot. We definitely found the sweet spot.
Around Seattle, 650 down south, outside of Texas.
And I got down. I'm trying to do some deep sea fishing and catch me a big old striped bass. 340, Wrecking Ball, Radio, I'm gone now.
On my way, let me try to get in where I can fit in. Evening time to you again, Mr. Sanchez. Around my line of work in Slick 50 down south, got down and gone.
Hey, Slick, not to interrupt, but you got my radio up in Seattle. Slick 50 down near the Tijuana border. Western Electric up here in the forest. I hear you real good, my friend. Breaker, breaker.
And that's right, Western Electric. I was listening to your gate on YouTube last night. Love the bumper music that you use. Every now and then there's a little bumper music. To Mr. Western Electric with that beautiful sounding station. Slick 50 down south, waving a hand. I got down and gone.
Oh man, Slick, it's so good to hear you out there. I haven't talked to you in a couple months of Sundays. It's been a long time. You've got a smooth sound and station. In fact, it sounds like you've changed some. Your audio is even more bodacious than it used to be. You've got a voice for radio, my friend. I wish I did. I have this Midwest nasally accent. But man, your voice sounds good. I wish I had. I wish there was a audio filter I could apply to make me sound as smooth as you. Slick 50 down there near the Tijuana border. I used to live down there too in San Diego. Western Electric up here in Seatown. Breaker.
And that's you gotta come with a beautiful setup, I guarantee to you. Like I said, I was laying around on the bed and I had my headphones on. Man.
Yeah, I'm sure he got a kick out of that also. You tell my good friend, Class Act, his buddy Steve Austin did say hello. I'll see you.
Just about there. I got a little small issue with the background noise from this doggone blurs and fans. But other than that, for right now, I think I can live with it the way it is. You take care. Belated Daddy's Day to you. And you beat this heat, because that's rare to have the kind of heat you guys are having up there right now. Mr. Western Electric. Slick 50 down south, just north of this tough TJ border. I got down and gone.
All right. Slick 50. Man, I love hearing you out there. I wish I was down there sometimes, but sometimes I'm glad I'm up here when it's not as hot. But you're right, we're going to get some hot weather, but we're going to head out to the swimming pool this weekend. That's what we're going to do to beat the heat. The beautiful thing and I are heading out to the pool, so I can't handle it. Over 80, I'm done. And I know I sound like a wuss, but that's what it is. That's why I moved here. Slick 50 down near the Tijuana border. Western Electric out here in the forest. I'm so glad to hear you. Take care, my friend, and God bless.
But you do likewise. I got to finish up my pool this weekend. I had them start on it last weekend. We should be finished up on it this Saturday. So I'm going to do the same as you're going to do. I'm going to get in this doggone pool and sit back and try to stay cool. That's for sure. You take care. Hopefully it's not a long span of time like the last time before. Keep making those gates, man. I love the way your station sounds. Western Electric. That's you. Slick 50 down south. That's me. I'll put on you later. Bye.
Bye, Slick. I love hearing you out there. I can't wait to talk to you again. Have a good night. Arrivederci from the Puget Sound.
Raya.
Where'd you go, 709? Hello. Hey, 709, you still in there, 709, Brick? Oh, bird dog's got my ear.
Hello, radio. Northern Cal. Oh, Rambo in the mobile, trying to bring it right down. I think I'll Slick 50 getting them sand over now. I think I'll Slick 50 getting
one time, I'm gone.
Rambo in the mobile around Northern Cal had himself got down.
Hey, bird dog, don't forget to tell him I got $1,000 for him if he get his name called one time in the mobile.
Who's this bet on, Rambo? Uh-oh. I didn't say that, did I? Western Electric up here in the forest. Big Red, I hear you out there again.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm trying to give Steve Austin $1,000 if he get his name called in his mobile just one time. Hey, he just get his name this week. You'll find out 696 in the mobile. Oh, Rambo, 696 in the mobile, cruising on the right lane, got down and gone.
Oh man, that was a class act, and Rambo train wreck, I hate to say. You guys were both on top of each other. If I had to fight that fight, I think class act got a few more times. So, class act, you're saying that Steve Austin ain't ever going to get his name called in his mobile. Steve Austin ain't ever going to get his name called in his mobile. You heard it here first, folks. I heard somebody out there. I heard Steve Austin 20 pounds over, but then I heard something in the mud. I didn't know he went to his mobile. Western Electric out here in the forest.
I don't have the whole condition to myself. I don't have the whole condition to myself. It's an 18-wheeler Western Electric. It's an 18-wheeler Western Electric. What can we do? Oh, 696 in the mobile. 696 in the mobile. Goddamn, Western Electric right there, right now.
All right, 606 Rambo, you won that one. I got you in my radio. 606 Rambo in the mobile. You're down near Sacktown, if I'm not mistaken. Right, Rambo? I got you in my radio up here in the forest, Western Electric.
You see what's going on?
Western Electric, take care, man. Happy late Father's Day to you, and happy Wednesday, happy hump day, man. Take care with the late night way, and we're still out here rolling. We're still out here rolling on 696. 696 in the mobile, heading down south. Cruising on the right lane, Western Electric, I see you. Bye.
All right, you be cruising in that right lane. Just stay there and drive like Grandpa Jones. Just go slow and easy. Slow and steady wins the race, as I like to say. Don't get into an accident. Keep the rubber on the road. Western Electric up here in the forest. Good to hear you out there, Rambo.
I see you there, man. Take care. Bye.
All right, my mistake. 696. I got that correction made in my brain, implanted into the database. I have a little miniature database in my brain, apparently. Doesn't work very good sometimes. It's a little slow. Good to hear you out there. And I know how Californians drive. That's why I said take it easy and go slow and be careful. I live down there. I know how people drive, so just go slow, homie. Western Electric up here in the forest.
45 kilo. This is 101.
I'm waving at you, 45 kilo. Small hand to you, Mr. 45 kilo. Slick 50 down south, waving, and I got down.
101, City of Los Angeles. Break.
And that's right, with that hump day wave, Catmickey, you booming. You are busting loose up in this Cobra 2 Grand, I guarantee tell you. Well, take care, man. Hope your daddy's day was a good one. And I hope you're in the house under some cool breezes out of that doggone heat. 45 kilo, your friend down south. Very right, sometimes called Slick 50, north of the border. I'll see you, bye. And that's right. It don't matter whether it's in the window, up in the attic, or in the wall. It's all about them British thermal units. I'm a plumber, so I know. You got the BTUs, don't matter where they are. As long as them chemicals is keeping you cool, that's what it's all about. All right, man. You take care of that fine Simon station. I'm going to get wired to the side.
343, 101 Los Angeles.
The 44s and tell a good time gang around your neck of the woods. We waved a hand. Mr. 45 Kilo with that monster station up in the northwest. Slick 50 on this small station just north of the Tuckey border. I'll see you. Bye.
Hey, 343, have a nice evening. 918 back out.
Bump, bump.
I think I heard a buffalo. 45 Kilo, I heard a buffalo running through my receive when you key your radio. Mr. 45 Kilo, I heard the herd. Wrecking ball back out. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, 343. Hey, 343, wasn't trying to do that. No, didn't want to scare nobody, but sometimes we got to make those skylights. I got to continue making those skylights because people love them. Also, those whole house fans. Let me know if you need one. 343, wrecking ball, break, break, break.
That's because they deserve strikes, and that's why they got them.
Hey, you're all by yourself, too. I think this might be kind of like an intercom situation.